Big 12, Big 12. Keep winning, keep winning, keep winning. There's a lot of 4-1 teams. There's 2 undefeated teams. We in mid-season right now, and keep winning to climb. There's so much polarity around college football as a whole. There's no one team or 2 teams from each conference, in particular the SEC and the Big Ten, that's going to stay at the top with the exception of Ohio State. But everybody else, from the Georgias to the Bamas to the Texases to whatever other brands, they are going to the top or being placed at the top, and then they're falling down to the bottom. And then they got to build their way up. So as long as the Big 12 keep winning, they're going to fill in those spots because guess what? The Big 12 didn't start at the top. They start at the bottom, and they got to work their way up to the top. Unlike the other brands or teams in the SEC or whatever, they automatically start at the top, and then they got to lose in order to fall down. So it's almost like actually they're starting at the top and they're chipping away going towards the bottom. It takes a lot for them to even fall out of the rankings. And it's like the Big 12 teams, actually, that's what's happening. The Big 12 teams are starting at the bottom, and they got to work their way up, chip their way up all the way to the top. And right now, Texas Tech, before the year is out, has the potential to be a top 5 team because guess what? They're winning out and they're winning games, and they started at the bottom and they're going to the top. And there's no way you can deny them a high-ranked AQ automatic qualifying bid into the playoffs this year, period. They automatically get in. They don't have to win no conference champion to get in. And this is why the Big 12 is going to get 2 to 3 teams in. As long as the team that wins the conference title in the Big 12 have 11 wins, or should I say 1 loss, they're also going to be considered according to the ESPN data analysis that was done. And also, as far as the changing and the structure of college football as a whole, there's a lot of money that's floating around. There was money left on the table, and the goal is to try to bring all that back to the Big 12. And to be honest with you, the deal with TNT and the Big 12 is an awesome deal, excellent deal. I do like the way they broadcast the games on their channel. Like, I'm used to seeing basketball, but to see college football on there, it just, breaks the bank. It just looks good. They do a great storyline, TNT, when they're broadcasting games. Actually, I would say top tier, maybe even better than ESPN. So that was a good deal for the Big 12 to do business with TNT, HBO, and Warner. I guess they're a part of Warner, but yes, that was good, actually. And you can catch more games on there, and that's awesome, especially when basketball come. That's going to be good. That was a good deal right there. So with all that being said, once again, there was a couple of upsets this last week. I thought Arizona State was going to win, even though it was an uphill battle going away to play a good team like Utah. And also TCU, I was disappointed that they actually lost as well. Those are the 2 disappointments from this last week games that I saw, that I thought that TCU and ASU was going to win. But yet and still, BYU is still undefeated, as well as Texas Tech. And next week is a major game, a big game of the week for the Big 12 with Utah and BYU. And if Utah win, it's a good chance that they may win. I'm not sure if they're playing in Salt Lake City or not, but the point is, last year BYU won. if Utah wins, not only will that elevate them up as the second best team in the Big 12, because there's a debate right now between BYU and Utah, who's the second best team. And if Utah wins, it's a good chance they may win out, and they will solidify themselves as the second best team, which would be the team that would get in the playoffs with Texas Tech. And then BYU would be on the bubble. If there is a third, if BYU went out after losing to Utah, then they would be potentially that third team that I was talking about. But if Utah went out, Texas went out, of course, Texas Tech, then it's a good chance those two plus one will be in the playoffs come playoff time. So pretty soon you're going to get that first playoff ranking coming up in the next week or two. So that's the important one you want to look at as far as power teams in the college football playoffs or college football overall. So with that being said, keep winning. It doesn't matter if you lost one. Just remember, though, if you lose more than one game, and we're not talking about conference play, we're talking about overall on the season. If you lose more than one game in the Big 12, it's a good chance that your playoff hopes are gone. Now, yes, you can make it to the conference title game. Yes, you can make it to a bowl game. But far as playoffs, because that's the key to the ultimate reward, is getting into the playoffs and winning games and winning a national title. That is the conversation. Bowl games are not, and you know, I'm just saying the goal is to get in the playoffs and win. Period. That is the goal. Nothing, anything else other than that, you fell short of the ultimate goal for your program. So that's the goal, to get to the playoffs, keep winning Big 12, and most likely this season, there'll be 2 to 3 teams in the playoffs. And yes, even yet and all, of course, there is separation at the top. There is good teams in the Big 12. Cincinnati is still winning. It looked like they're going to suffer another loss before the season is out. Houston is doing well. They're winning the games they supposed to win. Next week against Arizona is a 50-50. But the good thing is Houston playing at home, giving them that edge, making them bowl eligible if they pull off the victory next week against Arizona. We're looking forward to the games next week. But once again, the game of the week, I haven't looked at the other ones, is going to be Utah and BYU. Once again, thank y'all for watching, tuning in with another video of How To with Master Vizay. Until next time, have a great day.